Do you find yourself waking up several times a night to use the bathroom? Have you ever wondered if the way you sleep could actually be impacting your kidney health? I'm Dr. Robert Clark, and today we're going to talk about a connection you might not have considered. How your nightly habits, from your sleep position to what you eat before bed, can be a warning shot for your kidneys. Now, I know what you're thinking. How can something as simple as sleeping on my side affect my kidneys? But let me tell you, I've seen countless patients in my practice who, after making a few small but critical changes to their nighttime routine, saw significant improvements in their kidney function and overall well-being. It's about listening to the subtle signals your body is sending you, and tonight, we're going to decode those messages. Let's start with something you have direct control over every single night: your sleep position. Now, this isn't just about comfort. It's about giving your kidneys the best possible chance to do their job without added stress. For many of my patients, especially those with pre-existing kidney issues or who are at risk, I often recommend sleeping on their left side. Let me tell you about Margaret. Margaret was in her late 60s and was in the early stages of kidney disease. She was struggling with swelling in her ankles and felt a persistent sense of fatigue. When we discussed her daily habits, she mentioned she was a stomach sleeper. I suggested she try sleeping on her left side. The idea here is simple. Your kidneys, along with other vital organs, are part of a complex system of blood flow and lymphatic drainage. When you sleep on your left side, you're improving circulation and reducing pressure on your major blood vessels, including the inferior vena cava, which is a key vein that carries blood from the lower part of your body back to your heart. This position helps with lymphatic drainage too, allowing your body to more efficiently filter out waste and excess fluid. Think of it like this. If you have a garden hose and someone is stepping on it, the water can't flow properly. Sleeping on your stomach or even your right side can, for some people, put unnecessary pressure on these pathways. After a few weeks of consistently sleeping on her left side, Margaret came back to me. The swelling in her ankles was noticeably reduced, and she said she felt more rested. It wasn't a cure, of course, but it was a crucial, simple step that supported her body's natural processes. A lot of folks ask me, "But Dr. Clark, what if I can't stay on my side all night?" The goal isn't perfection, it's progress. You can start by using a pillow to support your back and keep you from rolling over. What position do you find yourself in most nights? Is it one that could be causing a bit more strain than you realize? Consider this a simple, zero-cost adjustment that could make a world of difference. Now let's talk about a midnight wake-up call that many people simply accept as a normal part of getting older, waking up frequently to use the bathroom. I've heard countless patients dismiss this, saying, "Oh, it's just my age, doc." But while it can be, it can also be a subtle but significant sign that your kidneys are struggling. This phenomenon, known as nocturia, is a red flag we shouldn't ignore. I want you to empower yourself to become a detective of your own health. The first step is to start tracking. For a few nights, simply make a note of how many times you get up to urinate. Don't worry about being perfect, just get a general sense of the pattern. Let me tell you about Jim, a patient of mine in his late 70s. For years, he had been waking up 3 to 4 times a night. He just thought his bladder was shrinking. But when we looked at his other lab work, we saw some early markers of declining kidney function. The two were connected. When your kidneys are healthy, they produce a hormone called antidiuretic hormone ADH at night. This hormone tells your kidneys to hold on to water so you don't have to get up. But as kidney function declines, this process can become less efficient, leading to more urine production overnight. In Jim's case, his kidneys weren't concentrating urine as well, so they had to produce more of it to clear the same amount of waste. Once we addressed his kidney health more directly with some dietary changes and better hydration habits during the day, his nightly trips to the bathroom decreased to just once or twice. It was a huge relief for him, and more importantly, it was a confirmation that the underlying issue was improving. So let me ask you, how many times did you get up last night? Have you noticed this number increasing over the past year or two? Keeping a simple log in a notepad by your bed can give you and your doctor a valuable piece of the puzzle, a pattern that points directly to what your kidneys are trying to tell you. It's an easy, non-invasive way to take charge. Another crucial piece of the nighttime puzzle is what and when you eat and drink before bed. The temptation to have a late-night snack or a glass of water right before you lay down is strong, but the timing and content of these can significantly impact your kidneys' overnight workload. Your kidneys are always working, but their filtration process is especially sensitive to what you put into your body. Consuming high-sodium foods, for example, late in the evening forces your kidneys to work overtime to balance your body's fluid levels. This can lead to the very nocturia we just discussed and can contribute to swelling. Let's think about Sarah, a 65-year-old patient who loved her evening bowl of salty pretzels. She had been complaining of puffy ankles and feet in the morning. When we talked about her routine, it became clear that her late-night snack was the culprit. The high salt content was causing her body to retain fluid, and her kidneys were struggling to keep up with the demand overnight. I explained to her that it's not just about the volume of fluid, but the concentration of solutes, like sodium, in that fluid. Once she swapped her pretzels for a low-sodium snack like a small handful of unsalted almonds or a piece of fruit, her morning swelling began to subside. Now, what about drinking water? It's a double-edged sword. Staying hydrated is critical for kidney health, but timing is everything. I generally recommend that my patients finish their main liquid intake a couple of hours before bed. This allows the body to process the fluid and gives your bladder a chance to empty before you sleep, which can significantly reduce those midnight trips to the bathroom. Of course, a small sip if you're thirsty is fine, but downing a large glass of water right as you re-turning in is a recipe for a restless night. Have you thought about what your evening snack is really doing to your body while you sleep? Or if the timing of your last drink of water is setting you up for a series of unwanted awakenings? Making a simple swap or shifting the time you hydrate can give your kidneys a much-needed break and help you get the restorative sleep you deserve. Let's move on to the topic of supplements. Now, this is a tricky one because the supplement aisle at the pharmacy can be overwhelming, and it's full of promises. While some vitamins and minerals are incredibly important for overall health, including kidney health, taking the wrong ones or taking them at the wrong time, especially before bed, can be problematic. The key is to be informed and, most importantly, to talk to your doctor. Many people think, if a little is good, more must be better, especially with vitamins. But this is not the case, particularly for your kidneys. For instance, high doses of certain supplements like vitamin C, when taken over a long period, can increase the risk of kidney stones in some individuals. This is because the body converts excess vitamin C into oxalate, which can build up in the kidneys. Another common issue I see is with mineral supplements. Let me tell you about Michael. Michael, a dedicated fitness enthusiast in his early 60s, was taking a number of supplements, including a high dose of potassium, thinking it was good for his heart. He didn't realize that for someone with even slightly reduced kidney function, the kidneys might struggle to filter out that excess potassium, leading to a condition called hyperkalemia. This can be very dangerous and even life-threatening. The good news is, a simple blood test can tell us exactly where your mineral levels are, and we can make a plan that's safe for you. On the other hand, there are certain supplements that can be very helpful. Magnesium, for example, can aid in muscle relaxation and promote better sleep, which indirectly supports your body's systems, including the kidneys. I've also had patients who, under my guidance, found that a B-complex vitamin in the morning helped with energy levels, reducing their reliance on caffeine later in the day, which can be a diuretic. The bottom line is this. Before you take any supplement, especially before bed, ask yourself this question. Have I discussed this with my doctor to ensure it's safe for my specific health needs? This simple step can prevent a lot of potential harm. Your kidneys are your body's master filters. Let's not overwhelm them with well-intentioned but potentially harmful supplements. Now that we've covered the basics of sleep position, bathroom habits, and what you consume, I want to talk about an often overlooked connection: how poor sleep quality, not just the position, can directly impact your kidney health. This goes beyond just waking up to use the bathroom. I'm talking about deep, restorative sleep. During the day, your kidneys are working to balance your body's fluid and electrolytes, a process influenced by your physical activity and food intake. But at night, when you're in a state of rest, your kidneys have a chance to enter a different mode of operation. They get a chance to recover and do some of their most important repair work. Let me tell you about a patient of mine, David. David was in his late 50s and had a history of sleep apnea. He would often wake up gasping for air, and his sleep was fragmented and unrefreshing. Over time, we started seeing his blood pressure rise, and his kidney function started to show signs of strain. The two were not a coincidence. When you have disrupted sleep, your body is in a constant state of stress. This can lead to a surge of stress hormones like cortisol, which can in turn raise your blood pressure. High blood pressure is one of the leading causes of kidney disease. It's a vicious cycle. Poor sleep leads to high blood pressure, which damages the kidneys, which can then further disrupt sleep. Getting a handle on David's sleep apnea with a CPAP machine not only improved his energy levels, but over time helped us get his blood pressure under control. This took a huge amount of strain off his kidneys. Have you been ignoring signs of poor sleep, like snoring or feeling tired even after a full night in bed? This might be the wake-up call you need. It's a powerful reminder that all of our body systems are interconnected. Your sleep is not a luxury, it is a vital biological process that directly impacts the health of your most hardworking organs. Let's dig a little deeper into the science behind late-night eating. It's not just about sodium, but also about the types of proteins and processed foods you consume. Your kidneys are responsible for filtering out the waste products of protein metabolism, specifically urea. When you eat a heavy, protein-rich meal late in the evening, you're giving your kidneys a major task to complete overnight. This is especially true for older adults, whose kidney function may not be as robust as it once was. I've had many patients, like an avid meat eater named Frank, who loved a big steak dinner around 9 p.m. Frank was constantly dealing with low energy and felt sluggish in the mornings. His lab work showed his blood urea nitrogen levels were creeping up, an indicator that his kidneys were working hard to clear a heavy protein load. I explained to him that his kidneys were essentially pulling an all-nighter, and they weren't getting the rest they needed to perform their other vital functions. The solution for Frank wasn't to cut out protein entirely, but to simply shift his heavy protein meals to earlier in the day. We also talked about making his evening snack a light, easy-to-digest option, like a small bowl of oatmeal or a piece of fruit. This simple change gave his kidneys a chance to catch up and focus on their other tasks, like balancing electrolytes and producing hormones. He told me he not only felt more energized in the mornings, but also found it easier to fall asleep. Have you considered what your last meal of the day is doing to your body's natural rhythm? Is it a large, heavy meal that's setting your kidneys up for a long night of work? Or is it a lighter, more kidney-friendly option that allows your body to truly rest and recover? This isn't about restriction, it's about timing and making smarter, more conscious choices for the health of your kidneys. Finally, let's circle back to hydration, but with a new twist: the importance of consistent, moderate hydration throughout the day versus what I call catch-up drinking. Many people in a rush forget to drink water all day and then try to make up for it by chugging a large amount of water in the evening. This can be a significant mistake for your kidney health. Your kidneys function best when they have a steady, moderate supply of water to work with. Think of it like a car engine. It runs smoothly, with a consistent flow of oil, not with sudden large amounts dumped in all at once. When you try to catch up on your hydration late at night, you're not only likely to cause nocturia, but you're also putting a sudden, large fluid load on your kidneys. This can be particularly challenging for someone with a pre-existing heart condition or kidney issues. Let me tell you about Eleanor. Eleanor, a sweet woman in her 70s, was struggling with frequent dehydration. She had a habit of forgetting to drink water during her busy days and would try to drink a big glass of water before bed. This was causing her to get up 3 or 4 times a night and was also contributing to her feeling dizzy in the morning. We worked together to set up a simple system. She started using a water bottle with time markings and set a reminder on her phone to take a few sips every hour. By spreading her fluid intake throughout the day, her body was able to process the water more efficiently. Her evening thirst reduced dramatically, and her trips to the bathroom at night decreased to just 1 or 2. She told me she felt a world of difference. So let me ask you, are you a catch-up drinker, or are you consistently hydrating throughout the day? The solution isn't about drinking more water, it's about drinking smarter. Your kidneys will thank you for it, and you'll get the restful night's sleep you deserve. Before we close, I want to leave you with one final and perhaps most important thought. All of these small adjustments, changing your sleep position, tracking your bathroom habits, being mindful of late-night eating, and being smart about supplements, are all pieces of a larger picture. They are all acts of listening to your body. Our bodies are incredibly resilient and have a remarkable capacity for healing and self-regulation. But they also send us signals, and it's our job to pay attention. Let's not wait until a problem becomes serious to make a change. Let's not dismiss the midnight bathroom trips as just old age. Let's view them as a warning shot, a gentle nudge from our kidneys asking for a little more care and attention. I've seen firsthand how empowering it is for my patients to take control of these small things. It gives them a sense of agency and hope. It's not just about living longer, it's about living better, with more energy, less worry, and a deeper connection to your own health. So tonight, as you get ready for bed, I want you to ask yourself, what's one small change I can make to give my kidneys a little break? Whether it's sleeping on your left side or swapping out that salty snack, every little bit counts. You have the power to make a profound difference in your health, one night at a time. Thank you for tuning in, and I hope this gives you some practical, actionable steps for a healthier night's sleep and a healthier life.